Check out this video on the House of Machismo podcast.
It's House of Machismo.
Carlos is my gay superhero.
Oh, damn.
All right, but that was sweet.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was my segment.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I like that song. That was cute.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Yes. Ask me questions. I don't want to just.
I
spit shit
understand.
out.
Okay, so let me ask questions. First of all, I did not know you were gay.
What?
Yeah, I had no clue.
How
Zero
did
clue.
you not know?
My eyes were closed, my ears were covered up, so had no idea. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, what the?
No, I
You
mean,
really didn't?
No, I did. You're dripping with it. I mean,
Okay,
come
I was
on,
gonna
come on,
say,
dude. I mean, come on.
Honestly, a lot of people don't think I am until I bring it up. Well, I bring someone else.
The Navy invented this thing called gaydar.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And so in 1942 is a special gaydar. It sends out a signal radiation out to people, and the signal bounces back, and it lets them know, bloop, he's gay.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
bloop, he's bi.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different tone for lesbians. Bloop,
Gotcha.
bloop. You know, lesbians.
A
But
little
anyway.
more manly.
Yeah, exactly. No. I mean, I kind of knew. You know what I thought was kind of charming and I thought was kind of funny is that when you first were on the show, no one knew.
Yes.
No one knew.
Yeah, I thought that was funny too. K-Rod
had no idea for several episodes.
Yeah, he had he had no idea, and he kept bringing up like, so you and your girl, like, what do you do or something like that, and I was like, does this
I
guy
haven't
not
talked
know?
to her in years.
Yeah, I was like,
You know?
I don't think this guy knows, and then eventually,
it kind of came up.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, because you guys talked about it when I wasn't here, right? You told me,
because he brought it up. Well, no, someone brought it up. I
he
don't
had to
remember
clear
who,
the
but-
air.
Yeah, exactly, sort of say.
Yeah,
but okay. So let me ask you this: when did you decide to be gay?
Oh my God.
Just kidding. I'm kidding, dude.
How does this happen?
No. But how old do you think you were? Do you realize that something is this is more your thing?
I was actually talking to somebody about this yesterday.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
So be fresh on the mind. What's
Yes. It was actually at a water park when I was like 7 or 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have those locker rooms. You know, where you go in there and you change.
Yeah.
I walked in there one time and I saw this guy showering. You know, and I'm just like, holy shit! Like it just triggered it. You know, like I just knew. You know, for me it was like.
Okay, so do you think that's what, like, boom, that made you, or obviously, no, I know.
No, but it just, I don't know. I found something, it intrigued me, I guess, obviously. And I was like, well, first of all, I never even seen pubes because I was little. So it's like, yeah, I know. Sorry.
That's okay, it's okay.
But yeah, it was like, so I was like, oh my God, like, how come my thing doesn't look like that?
God, that's
yeah.
And you're like, well, for starters, stop looking. That's rude.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
rude.
Yeah,
That's
no,
rude.
I was staring.
Yeah, I know.
But I was little and I didn't know what the fuck.
You're a kid too, so like the height, you
dude,
know what I'm saying? Like you're right there.
Yes, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, why do all these guys are naked in here? Like they were just, I guess showering after being in the park or whatever the fuck. But that's kind of when I realized that I was like, okay, yeah, there's something going on here with this.
What was the second indicator eventually?
Shit, I don't know. Probably just looking at everyone else in there. Like, I don't know. It's just, I just knew, man. It's kind of weird to explain, but it's like this feeling you got in there. You're like, I mean, like, let's say when you, like, they try to, like, let's say go to high school and like your friends try to like hook you up with like their friend. They're like, oh yeah, my friend, he's single, you guys should meet, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, most of the time, I mean, obviously I was not interested, know, at all. But, to cover it up, I would go out with them, take them out, possibly have sex, But just to say that...
Just to cover, that's a lot of work.
Dude, believe me. Yeah. And it came down to eventually, I was just like, why am I doing this? Why am I faking it? Why am I pretending, Because I hated it, I mean, sometimes the sex was good, but but most of the time it wasn't. Like, I couldn't even get hard. I'm like, I'm too drunk. Like
at that point, were you hooking up with other men?
No, that didn't happen until I want to say high school. Like towards the end of high school, that's when I started like fucking around with guys.
Yeah.
Going to gay bars or whatever. Like eventually, when I was 21, by myself, obviously, not telling nobody.
Like, hey, Carlos, why don't you come hang out? It's like, nope, horny, going to the gay bar.
Yeah. And I would just go by myself, and I would actually meet, people.
Yeah.
but then I would never see them again. You know, be like a one time.
Oh,
thing.
You didn't do a connection with them, like
no, because I didn't want. I didn't
no.
want to bring that lifestyle into my straight little world.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want them fucking up my thing. You know, because I was always afraid that my friends were gonna like look at me and be like, yeah, so we can't be friends no more. You know, like because it was always a worry of mine. That was like the main reason. You know, and especially for my family as well. You know, like I didn't want them. You know. Especially my mom, since she was always like, "Oh, mijo, when are you gonna bring a girl home?" You know, shit like that. And I'm like, "Oh God,
what kind of invitation is that?"
I'm already bringing the girl, man.
That's
the
an
girl.
invitation. She's like, "When are you gonna bring home a girl and bang her already?"
Exactly. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I was like, "God damn, woman."
I want grandkids.
Yeah. And then eventually, she knew. She hated it, dude. When I came out to her, she did not she did not take it well.
Really?
Yeah. She would blame herself, It was over the phone because she was in Mexico and I was, I was here.
Yeah.
Well, and I was talking to her and I had to tell her because it was getting to the point where I was exploding, I had to tell everybody.
Well, let's rewind a little bit.
Okay,
so
sorry.
At what point did you realize, or what point did you think like, okay, now is the time to tell people? Was it you told certain people at certain times and waited a little bit longer to tell other people?
I kind of just told everybody. Like I told the first person I told was my younger brother. Mm-hmm. And then from then on, I just kind of went on a roll, because I was just like
you had a list. You're like, okay, did that? No,
kind of like mentally I did, like I was like, okay, I need to tell this person. But then after my brother took it so well, then I was like, okay, well maybe I shouldn't worry about it at this too much, Anyway, so yeah, it kind of within I don't know, I guess a month, like I felt like the closest people to me, like they had to know, and I told them, and anybody outside of my little, personal group, I didn't really give a shit. I was like, I just need to come out to the people I care about. Yeah. That I'm gonna be close to, that I'm still close to. Everyone else, I could care less. Because when I started posting stuff about it, like on Facebook, like, like when I was with Jorge, like we would be like at a game together or something, just post a picture. Like I remember that very first time because we were at a Mavericks game. Like he got like some free tickets from work or something, so we went to go see the Mavericks game. Anyway, so I took a picture together, right? And I was about to post it, and he was like, "Are you sure about this? Because once you post this, like people are gonna know." Like because it was
what kind of picture?
It was literally just us sitting, at the Mavericks game, like together,
Well, I mean, I don't know what the picture looks like, but what would indicate that you two were to?
Because I just, it would just be
here with
obvious.
my guy, or
it would just be.
like,
well, no, I would just, like I don't even think I don't remember the caption, to be honest, but it would have been really like oh,
it was obvious.
It was obvious, yeah. Like that, I was like, yeah, because it didn't look like. Oh yeah, here chilling with my bro. Like no, it's like like a couple kind of pick. Yeah,
I know that, but guys nowadays, I mean,
yeah, you're right.
I have a cop friend that anytime that he shows up somewhere in public and like in his uniform, I always go to shake his hand, but I just hug him. Yeah, he's not expecting it or anything. Like he's like, oh okay, yeah. So I'm just saying that the guys nowadays are just.
It's true. But this was like. Take this this was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So but yeah, 6-7 years ago now, I want to say, because we had been dating for like a year. Yeah. Before I actually I was like okay.
And he knew that you weren't out to everybody.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, that kind of it became an issue. Because I was meeting all his family. And he wasn't getting nothing from me. So I was like, oh fuck, like I really need to let him in. Like so, I started like I said, slowly started with my family. We had broken up, actually.
Oh, really? You and him?
Yeah, because all the issues, but that was kind of like the big one. It was because, because I just couldn't do it. I didn't have the balls to do it, so I was like, I can't do it. Like I was like, oh, well, this is it.
Okay, well, that's kind of cool because did you do it partially because of,
yes.
not because of him, but for him?
Yes.
In a way.
Yes. Okay. But mainly for me because I really had to, Yeah. But he was just, obviously encouraging me. He was like, you should just do it, like tell them, because how much longer are you going to keep hiding, like you're not being yourself, And I was like, I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, eventually, we broke up. I just couldn't take it. And I think that was part of it too. You know, like I was broken up and my heart was broken, and I had to like tell somebody. You know, and I was just like, and I told my brother, and he was like, "Oh my God, Carlos, like, why are you making such a big deal about this? Like this, like."
Was he like, no one cares, like, just tell people?
Kinda, yeah. And he was so chill about it. I was like, but I'm over here fighting my fucking scene, like fucking balling, and he's like, dude, chill the fuck out.
How old was your little brother at the time?
Oh no, he was like 20. So he's
at the time.
Yeah,
so
he's grown.
Yeah, he was grown. He knew.
But I mean, like, what's the? I guess like the difference, the age and difference between the two of you, because
he is. I want to say he's 10 years younger than me.
10 years younger, and I say that because for him, his generation just is more accepting of that kind of stuff.
That's another thing. Yeah, they don't like some. I feel like they don't even discuss it. Like I was like, it's not even a big deal to them. I feel like, and I mean, he was the first one, and then. At that point, I was living with my dad, so I was like, I need to tell Dad when he comes home from work, because I just need to keep this fire going, because I felt good after telling him. You know, he made me feel good, so I was like, okay, maybe this won't be so bad.
He wasn't expecting that.
No, he was
after
not.
A long day of work.
He was not. So, anyways, like my dad comes home, right, and then I just told him, I confronted him out in the front, like I was like, hey, I need to tell you something. I started bawling before I even said it. He just, I felt like he already kind of knew that I was gonna say something.
It's part of the shorty robe.
Yeah, well, probably right. Yeah, my Britney Spears shirt.
Yeah.
No, he put his arm around me and he's just like, "Mijo, like I love you, like no matter what, like you're my son. You know, you're my son." Like he's like he took it so well, dude. I was so shocked. I was like. I was ready to like get kicked out, you know. I was like, I didn't know which way this was gonna go because he's, you know, he's Mexican, he's very macho. He's like, you know, he grew up with that kind of mentality, you know. When I was like thinking, I'm like, oh God, this is not gonna go well. But sure enough, he did that, and I was like, fuck, man, now I'm even more lightened up. I need to tell more people, you know. Yeah. So
let me call Mom.
Well, she did come on eventually, but I told my friends, I told my closest friends first.
Yeah,
and. Immediately, like they started telling me, like, dude, come on, man, like we kind of knew, but we weren't sure.
That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah. It's like how many of them actually like, well, we had our suspicions, or we already knew.
They had their suspicions, you know, because I was like the better looking out of the group, and I didn't have a girlfriend. And they were like,
I'm
dude,
hotter than you.
Yeah, and then this guy's single. Like, is he just a player or whatever? Like, I'm like, no,
like, Carlos, you've come dressed as every person from the Village People,
dude,
for Halloween.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that was another sign.
Yeah,
but for real, I was like. Yeah, because I always wondered that, like they were all with the girlfriends, you know, and then I was still like the single ones, like just hitting it and quitting it or whatever, like doing that all the time, just because that was who I was. But hell no.
They started looking at all the concerts he went to: Rihanna, Britney Spears,
yeah, exactly,
Taylor Swift.
My fucking Google search, man, like fucking just look at that shit, and that gave it away. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I told them, and I mean, obviously not obviously, but thankfully they took it very well. My mom, like I said, she didn't. She blamed herself. You know, she started crying over the phone. We didn't talk for like 2 months just because of that. You know, because I just needed her to, you know, give her space to, you know, kind of deal with it, because it wasn't gonna change. You know, like this is the way it's gonna be. You know, like eventually you're gonna meet my, you know, boyfriend, husband, whatever. So that's just how it is. But. She's like, oh, no, mijo, I can't believe, you know, shit like that. It sucked, man. I hated that call.
Yeah.
But I had to, you know. I was feeling better, you know, about myself already, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, in a way, you had to get it off your chest, sort of say.
Yeah.
But whether your mom accept it or not, that's going to be on her.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. So that's why I decided to give her time, you know.
Just
step away, let her do her thing. Eventually, you know, we start talking again. And now she won't stop, like, asking about Jorge all the time. Yeah. So
she realizes this is a good guy.
Yeah.
You know, someone makes you happy.
Oh yeah, they get along great.
You know?
He's always he's so funny that he's always making her laugh. Like you know, and I love that. Like when I see them interact, I'm like, oh
it's awesome.
Yes, I'm like this. I would have never thought this happened. You know.
Yeah.
But there it is. Hola chicos, suscríbanse al canal. Hazlo ahora. Gracias. Pero ya. Why do you sound like you're selling a car? Because that's how I do it. That's how I do it.